Hey everyone. So today we are going to be working on the next part in our egg drop project, which is going to be a most excellent design. So pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to be taking a look at your old or your other designs that you made prior to the weekend, and you're going to be looking at them and determining essentially your strengths and your weaknesses. So if you look at this document here, you see that there are three boxes. There's a design 1 box, design 2, and a design 3 box. And in each box, it asks 2 questions. Which parts of this design do you think will help to protect the egg? And which parts of this design might not help protect an egg? So again, strengths versus weaknesses. What you're going to do is you're going to look back at your designs, and I'll pop mine up for a second. And you're going to critically think about the strengths and the weaknesses for each of your designs. I don't want this to become a list of okay, the strength is the cotton balls, and the weakness is the string because it might fall off. I want you to explain more so than just cotton ball, string, glue, tinfoil. It's not a materials list. You're giving a reason. So a example, if I take a look at my design number 1, a strength that I find here is the construction of the box. I think that's going to be helpful. So the cardboard box. And I think the cotton balls will also provide some cushion. So I may type something like my parts of the design that I think will help protect an egg are a cardboard box because it provides a sturdy frame for the device. I also think cotton balls will provide cushion for the egg. Okay, so if you look, I didn't just list, cotton balls and cardboard. Those aren't the strengths. You need to say why it's a strength. So the cardboard box, because it provides a sturdy frame. Cotton balls will provide cushion for the egg. If I look back at my design and I said, I don't think that the string will be able to attach well, I may say that what parts of the design may not help protect an egg. I could say the string may not be helpful because I'm not sure how secure it will be against the cardboard and it may come off. Okay, something like that would be a great example of what you can write for the first strengths and weaknesses for your first design. So again, the biggest takeaway is don't just list materials. If I'm looking at number 2, I don't want to say the strength is cotton balls. Because if you look, probably all of your strengths are going to be cotton balls. So you want to say, what does that material provide for your design? Okay. Some other examples that people have used in the past for strengths is they may say that this material will be sturdy, or that the construction design doesn't use a lot of points, or it's going to be easy to make. Some weaknesses may have in the past have been something like the materials are not very strong. It may be too expensive to put together. And expensive meaning point-wise. I'll show you the points in just a second. It may be that the items are difficult to work with. Things like that could be your weaknesses. So again, make sure you're explaining what they are. Don't just list materials and, have that be, that's my strength, that's my weakness, because that's just a material. It's not necessarily a strength or weakness, unless you would describe how it would be helpful or why it would be not helpful. So that is the main objective for today. Your task is to get a most excellent design completed, turned in, done. Additionally, there is another document that's posted today, and that is the egg drop point list. So you don't have to do anything with this today, but it may help you in the future to narrow down which design you like best. And in fact, it may help you to determine, oh, okay, if it is a strength or a weakness, like let's say you chose one design and it has a disposable cup, a plastic bag, two toilet paper roll. Like at that point, you're spending way too much points. You have a limit of 100 points that you can use on materials. No more, and you can use less. But you can't go over. So if you're choosing items that are worth too many points, that could be a con or a weakness for your design. So here is a list of a preliminary list of items and their point values. So these are things that you may have around the house that you want to include in your design. And this is kind of just a overview so far. I'll be adding on to this list as we go along and I hear some of your ideas. But a plastic disposable cup, like a solo cup, is worth 50 points. A toilet paper roll, so the little cardboard on the inside, 50 points. A plastic bag is worth 30 points. Cardboard. Now, this is an area of 24 inches squared. So if you guys, I believe you learned how to do area to calculate area, length times width. You can measure the cardboard piece and figure out what the surface area is. So for every 24 square inches of cardboard that you use is worth 15 points. And later on when we have our conferences, if you need help calculating that, I can be of assistance. 10 points is 1 foot of tape and 1 foot of string. If you use 1 foot of tape, it will cost you 10 points. If you use 1 foot of string, it will cost you 10 points. For items that are 3 points, cotton balls, rubber bands, paper, plastic straws. We have foils, and that's like a strip of it, 4 inches in width, I guess you could say. It's 2 points, popsicle sticks, pipe cleaners, and then 1 points we have newspapers and toothpicks. So these are all of the items that I have thought of so far, and again, they could be added on more later on. These are some items that are off limits. You cannot use them, and I know some of you may be very upset with this, but that includes bubble wrap, foam, packing peanuts, sponges, slime, or goop oobleck, whatever you want to call it, insulation, peanut butter, and or its jar, egg cartons, marshmallows, any other edible object, so no food, other than the egg itself. Pool noodles, no good. Okay, so that's our preliminary off-limit items. Again, if you want to use something that's not on this specific list, you must talk to me about it at our conference. So about the conference, basically what's going to happen is we're going to have some pre-scheduled conferences for you to drop in on Zoom and go over what design you think you're leaning towards and how many points you're using or you're utilizing in that design. So basically what you're going to do is the Zoom link will be posted on the stream. And during these times, you can drop in if according to your homework hangout number. So let's say you want to meet with me tomorrow. If you're number 4, you would meet me anytime between 10 and 10:30. You can drop into the Zoom. You may be put into a waiting room, and then I'll let you in, and then we'll chat about your design. If you're number 15, if you look, you just find a 15. Okay, here we are between 13 and 18. I would have to log in at 11 to 11:30. So depending on your homework hangout number, that determines the time that you would meet me. Now, let's say you can't do tomorrow or today, which is Tuesday. You have Wednesday that you could meet me as well, or Thursday. You only need to attend one Zoom meeting, no more than one. I don't need to see you 3 different times to go over the same design. It's kind of silly. So just choose one day, and then you may join that meeting depending upon your homework hangout number. Okay? And if you forgot your homework hangout number, just send me a little message and I will remind you. So that's pretty much it. So again, for today, all you need to worry about is a most excellent design. And then at some point this week, you need to meet with me through Zoom to go over your design and your materials list, just to make sure everyone's on the right page. So that is all. Again, if you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to me through a private comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. See you later.